Welcome, curious minds, to another deep dive.
Yeah.
Today, we're unlocking strategic human resource management,
Mm-hmm.
a topic that's just absolutely crucial for elevating any HR career, especially, if you're eyeing that SPHR certification.
Definitely key for SPHR prep.
Our mission, to distill the absolute essentials from our sources, giving you the ultimate shortcut to being truly well-informed about how HR impacts, well, the top and bottom line. Let's get into it.
Indeed. We'll be focusing on how HR leaders evolve beyond just sort of compliance and administration,
Right.
moving to genuinely align human capital with core organizational goals. The SPHR perspective here is really key.
Yes.
It truly emphasizes HR as a strategic driver, not merely a support function. We'll dive into the frameworks and practices that define this approach, highlighting the fundamental why behind each area.
Okay, so to kick us off, let's talk about corporate governance.
Yep.
Now, often this is perceived as something way up in the boardroom,
Yeah.
kind of detached from daily HR.
That's a common view, yeah.
But you're saying it's actually where HR's strategic role begins. What exactly is corporate governance, and why is HR such a critical piece of that puzzle?
You're right to highlight that perception. Corporate governance is essentially the system by which companies are directed and controlled.
Okay.
It's about balancing the interests of everyone involved, shareholders, the board, management through robust oversight, accountability, and ultimately strategic alignment.
And HR's role in that is?
For HR, this isn't just about reading the rules. It means actively supporting transparency and ethical behavior. Think of it this way. Laws like the Sarbanes-Oxley Act, SOX, from 2002.
Right, SOX.
It demands rigorous internal controls, things like payroll auditing, whistleblower protections.
The stuff HR often handles.
Exactly. Then you have the Dodd-Frank Act from 2010, which boosts transparency, specifically requiring executive compensation disclosures.
Oh.
And don't forget the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, the FCPA, back from 77, prohibiting bribery. These aren't just dry legal mandates.
Yeah.
They are the areas where HR really earns its seat at the strategic table by helping enforce, train, and build those ethical foundations.
That's a powerful reframing. So HR isn't just like reacting to these laws.
Not at all.
It's proactively building ethical frameworks from the ground up. But how does this translate into the global arena, where regulations can differ wildly?
It definitely expands, yeah. Many countries adhere to international benchmarks, like the OECD Principles of Corporate Governance,
OECD.
which emphasize transparency, shareholder rights, board accountability. Global firms face the challenge of reconciling diverse local regulations, think the EU's company law, with their broader corporate policies.
Or tricky.
Very. It means HR must be incredibly adaptive, tailoring governance policies to local norms while coordinating consistent cross-border ethics and compliance programs. It's about ensuring global consistency while respecting local nuance.
So from an SPHR lens, how should we think about this relationship between corporate governance and HR? What's the moment here that distinguishes a strategic HR leader?
Yeah, good question. For the SPHR candidate, the crucial insight is that strategic HR leaders view governance with a long-term lens.
Long-term, okay.
They don't just comply, they align HR policies directly with organizational values and shareholder interests. For example, HR might ensure that pay equity analyses don't just tick a box,
Yeah.
but they actively inform the entire compensation strategy, or they might integrate corporate ethics directly into leadership development programs.
Showing the board how HR supports risk management.
Exactly, showing how HR proactively supports risk management and enhances the company's reputation. The common exam pitfall here, getting bogged down in minute compliance details.
Instead of the big picture.
Right. Instead of recognizing HR's broader strategic role in linking workforce strategy to overall governance, like advising the board on human capital risks or embedding ESG criteria into company strategy, it's a shift from being a policeman to being an architect.
That makes a lot of sense. Can you give us a real-world example where this strategic governance in action truly paid off?
Certainly. Consider an industrial firm, right? They took the initiative to conduct deep sustainability risk assessment.
Yep.
By aligning their entire strategy to these findings and then investing heavily in green technology and practices. Well, this strong governance approach didn't just prevent problems.
He did more.
It actively boosted their market share and reputation. This demonstrates how HR's role in ethical stewardship, from training to policy, fostering that culture of compliance, can transform potential challenges into significant opportunities. Competitive advantage, really.
Okay, we've established HR's crucial role right at the top, impacting governance, ethical frameworks. But how does that translate to, your day-to-day as an HR professional? How do you personally make that leap from compliance to strategic influence?
Mm-hmm.
Here's where it gets really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Defining HR's strategic
That's
influence.
the perfect transition. Dave Ulrich's HR roles framework is, well, foundational here.
Ulrich, yeah, heard of it.
It identifies 4 key roles: strategic partner, change agent, administrative expert, and employee champion. Now, the SPHR mindset prioritizes the top 2.
Strategic partner and change agent.
Exactly. Because they're directly tied to business outcomes and competitive advantage. The strategic partner aligns HR strategy with the overall business strategy, actively shaping the organization for success.
Like,
Think developing a digital talent strategy in a tech firm that directly fuels market growth.
got it.
Then the change agent guides and accelerates organizational change with a people-first focus. They facilitate major transitions like mergers or new tech adoptions by preparing employees, communicating effectively, managing resistance proactively.
Add the other 2. Admin expert and employee champion.
Yeah.
Still important.
Absolutely vital. The administrative expert ensures efficient operations, smooth payroll, compliance. The employee champion focuses on engagement, development, advocating for employees. Strategic HR ensures all roles are balanced,
Balanced, okay.
but with a conscious pivot towards the strategic ones for maximum organizational impact.
So the true key insight here isn't just knowing the 4 roles.
No.
It's recognizing that the strategic leap for HR comes from consciously prioritizing and dedicating resources to strategic partner and change agent. But how do HR pros actually cultivate the skills to embody these roles? What competencies are key?
Exactly. That leads us straight to the HR competency study, the HRCS.
HRCS.
It outlines key competencies that truly drive organizational performance. For strategic HR, 3 really stand out as core drivers.
Yeah, what are they?
First, the strategic positioner. This is the ability to truly understand the business landscape, the market, the competition, and position HR to help the organization win.
Understand the business.
Right.
Crucial.
Then, the credible activist. This is about building deep trust and influencing critical decisions. You need a strong, informed point of view, and you need to act on it. Basically, being someone leaders genuinely listen to and respect. Essential. And third, the analytics designer and interpreter. Using data. Using it to inform HR decisions, improve processes, moving HR beyond, gut feelings into evidence-based strategies.
Makes sense. For someone prepping for the SPHR exam, what's the key takeaway about these roles and competencies? What's the common pitfall to avoid?
For the SPHR exam, it's crucial to demonstrate how HR's value stems from balancing all 4 of Ulrich's roles.
Balancing again.
Yes. Moving beyond being just an administrative cost center to becoming a true driver of change and a builder of organizational capability. Don't fall into the trap of focusing only on the administrative part.
Like just processing payroll correctly.
Right. That's important, but not strategic on its own. For example, understanding the paradox navigator competency is often tested.
Paradox navigator. Explain that.
It's about expertly balancing conflicting demands, like cutting costs now versus investing in innovation for future growth. Strategic HR leaders face these tensions constantly. It's about finding synergy in opposing forces, not just picking one side.
Managing those inherent tensions. A great example always helps solidify these concepts. Can you give us one that brings all these elements together?
Sure. Imagine a healthcare nonprofit undergoing a significant digital transformation.
Okay, big change.
Huge. HR proactively acted as a strategic partner by defining the new digital competencies needed for their future workforce. What skills do we need? Simultaneously, they served as a change agent by managing the entire shift to telehealth technologies. That meant comprehensive training, support programs for everyone involved.
Handling the people side of tech change.
Exactly. And at the same time, other HR functions ensured efficient payroll systems, that's the administrative expert part, and ran vital employee feedback sessions as an employee champion.
So all 4 roles in play.
All 4 balanced. This approach, driven by a deep understanding of HR competencies, led to both high staff engagement and the successful achievement of their digital goals. It's a clear illustration of HR becoming a true capability builder for the organization.
Mastering these roles, these competencies, it's clearly key. But, in the C-suite, intentions and capabilities often aren't enough.
True.
It all comes down to measurable impact. So how do we prove HR's value in a language the executives truly understand? What does this all mean for the bottom line?
This is precisely where financial literacy and HR analytics become, well, Indispensable. Strategic HR leaders must understand the three key financial statements.
Okay, let's hear them.
First, the balance sheet. Think of it like your company's financial family photo at a single moment in time. It shows assets, what the company owns, liabilities, what it owes, and the owner's equity.
Smasha, got it.
Second, the income statement, often called the P&L, profit and loss. This is essentially your company's financial movie over a period. It details revenues, expenses, and net income, showing profitability.
Story over time.
Exactly. And third, the cash flow statement. This shows the actual cash flowing in and out of the business, crucial for understanding liquidity for things like payroll planning, managing operating expenses. You need cash to operate.
Right. And how does HR analytics fit into this financial picture? Because many people hear HR analytics and just think reporting numbers. What's the strategic difference between just a report and truly impactful analytics?
That's a vital distinction. HR analytics involves collecting, analyzing, and crucially interpreting workforce data. Metrics like turnover rate, time to fill, engagement scores.
The usual suspects.
Right. But the strategic difference is moving beyond what happened to why it happened and what should we do about it.
Asking why.
Asking why and so what. Since HR costs, primarily salaries and benefits, can represent up to, say, 70% of an organization's operating expenses.
Wow, 70%.
Can be, yeah. So HR often initiates the budgeting process, but strategically they don't just request funds, they link their budget requests directly to measurable business outcomes.
No.
By articulating, for example, these new hires will enable $6 revenue growth, or this training program will improve productivity by Y%, saving us $Z. It's about speaking the language of business, quantifying the impact.
So for SPHR candidates, the key takeaway is HR needs to be a strategic business partner who speaks finance fluently. What's the common pitfall here to avoid?
A major pitfall is treating finance as somehow irrelevant to HR. Or, in your analytics, confusing correlation with causation. Just because two things happen together doesn't mean one caused the other.
Right. Need to dig deeper.
Definitely. For the SPHR, you must demonstrate how HR understands financial metrics that drive costs and revenue to truly become a trusted advisor. You should be able to calculate precise turnover costs or the return on investment, the ROI of development programs. It's about demonstrating tangible impact, not just assuming it.
Can you share an example of HR effectively translating its impact into financial terms?
Absolutely. Think about a retail chain. They were grappling with both rising employee turnover and declining profits.
Common problem.
Very common. Their HR team didn't just complain about turnover. They used predictive analytics on exit interview data. They dug into the why.
And what did they find?
They identified commute length and rigid shift schedules as key drivers. So what did they do? They strategically implemented shift flexibility options and even started a shuttle service for employees in certain areas.
Interesting solutions.
And effective. Turnover decreased by a remarkable 20% within a year. And that directly boosted store performance and profitability. That shows how strategic HR research, backed by data, can guide interventions that yield tangible financial benefits, directly impacting the bottom line.
That real-world example truly highlights the financial impact HR can have. It's definitely about moving from transactional to transformational in every single area. Let's see these strategic concepts in action across some core HR functions now.
Sounds good. Let's start with staffing and employment. This isn't just about filling vacancies, right?
Well, much more.
It encompasses workforce planning, recruitment, selection, onboarding, all strategically designed to ensure the right people are in the right place at the right time with the right skills.
Aligned with the business.
Exactly. From an SPHR perspective, this means aligning staffing with long-term organizational goals, like proactively planning for future skill needs or actively supporting diversity objectives to gain a competitive advantage.
And we can't forget the crucial legal framework here, right? How does HR navigate that strategically, not just defensively?
That's critical. U.S. hiring practices are heavily governed by Equal Employment Opportunity Laws, EEO laws.
Like Title VII.
Exactly. Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 is foundational. It strictly prohibits discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin in all hiring steps.
And others, too.
Oh, yes. You have the Americans with Disabilities Act, ADA, the Age Discrimination in Employment Act, ADA. HR must meticulously craft non-discriminatory job postings and ensure fair, objective selection processes, not just to avoid lawsuits.
But to build a better workforce.
Precisely. To build the diverse and capable workforce that strengthens the organization strategically.
Give us a quick, real-world example of strategic staffing in action.
Okay. A tech company using workforce analytics accurately predicted a surge in demand for data engineers months in advance.
Foresight.
Yeah. HR proactively partnered with business leaders, launched targeted campus recruiting, and filled 20 critical roles before the workload spike hit. This foresight avoided costly overtime and project delays.
Smart.
And they also ensured all job ads highlighted diversity and equality statements, showcasing HR's strategic foresight and their commitment to compliance and equitable opportunity.
Great example. What's next?
Next, let's turn to performance management. This is far, far more than just an annual review.
Oh, definitely.
It's an ongoing process to truly align employee work with overarching organizational goals. It involves continuous objective setting, frequent feedback, dedicated development. For strategic HR, this is about cultivating a high-performance culture across the whole organization
All right.
and directly linking individual employee goals to the broader business strategy, making sure everyone's pulling in the same direction.
So it's not just that yearly, sometimes dreaded conversation. It's a dynamic, ongoing dialogue.
Precisely. Modern strategic practices strongly emphasize continuous two-way feedback and coaching, moving far beyond a single annual event. Legally, you also have laws like Title VII and the ABEA again.
Applying here, too.
Yes, they explicitly forbid biased appraisals. So objective documentation and thorough manager training are absolutely crucial, not just for legal defensibility, but to ensure fairness and empower managers to truly coach their teams effectively.
Can you illustrate that?
A great illustration comes from a global consulting firm. They completely transitioned from annual reviews to quarterly check-ins.
Quarterly.
Yes, this significantly increased alignment. Employees could adjust their objectives more flexibly in response to rapid market changes or new client needs. The firm reported higher engagement scores and improved project delivery, directly linking these regular updates to their broader strategic goals.
Makes sense. Okay, what about compensation and benefits?
Right. Compensation and benefits, often referred to as total rewards. This encompasses all forms of employee reward.
Not just salary.
Not just base salary. It includes variable pay like bonuses, comprehensive benefits, health insurance, retirement plans, paid leave. Critically, it also includes non-monetary elements like career development opportunities, fostering work-life balance. Strategically, it's a powerful lever to attract, retain, and motivate the right talent.
What are some key regulations in this area that HR leaders must navigate beyond just, paying people fairly?
Well, major U.S. laws include the Fair Labor Standards Act, FLSA, that sets minimum wage and overtime rules, and the Equal Pay Act, EPA, requiring equal pay for equal work regardless of gender.
FLSA and EPA. Got it.
Beyond direct pay, you have the Family and Medical Leave Act, FMLA, and COBRA. They significantly impact benefits administration, particularly around leave and health coverage continuation. Strategic HR ensures compliance while also designing benefits that actually enhance employee well-being and productivity.
How does an SPHR leader view total rewards as a strategic lever, not just a cost center or line item?
The SPHR leader sees total rewards as a critical strategic lever, period. They meticulously align compensation budgets with overall financial objectives.
Instance.
For example, linking merit increases directly to profitability or strategic growth initiatives. They also proactively advocate for crucial investments in employee benefits, like mental health programs. They understand these initiatives demonstrably improve engagement, reduce turnover, and boost overall productivity.
So they connect benefits to business results.
Absolutely. Furthermore, they are trusted advisors to executives on executive compensation packages and proactively conduct pay equity audits to ensure both fairness and compliance, mitigating significant risk.
Can you give us an example there?
A great illustration of this strategic approach. A retail company revamped its entire pay program after experiencing really high turnover.
Like the earlier example.
Similar issue, different solution focus. HR conducted a thorough market analysis, introduced a tiered bonus plan tied directly to store profitability, and significantly enhanced benefits by adding a robust employee assistance program, an EAP.
And the result?
Over time, turnover dropped by a remarkable 15%. It clearly demonstrated the strategic payoff of aligning compensation and benefits with critical business outcomes and employee well-being.
Wow, what a deep dive. We've really unpacked how HR truly moves beyond that day-to-day administration to become a genuine strategic partner. impacting everything from corporate governance right down to the company's absolute bottom line.
Yeah.
It's clear that this isn't just about managing people.
No, it's much bigger.
It's about leading the human capital that drives organizational success.
Exactly. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this raises an important question for you, the listener.
Yeah.
How will you integrate these strategic insights into your approach to HR? Understanding these frameworks, understanding the why behind HR initiatives, it's not just key for the SPHR exam, it's key for truly elevating your impact and becoming that trusted business advisor within your own organization.
Yeah, think about how embedding these strategic perspectives and consciously speaking the language of business and finance can elevate not just your career, but the entire organization's success.
It really can.
It's about transforming HR into a capability builder and a driver of sustainable competitive advantage. We hope this deep dive helps you continue to learn and grow, bringing that strategic mindset to everything you do.
Keep learning.
Until next time, keep seeking those surprising facts.